Welcome to the Caution Flag Contemplations podcast, a racing show for the fans by a fan. All right. Welcome into this, the 39th episode of the Caution Flag Contemplations podcast, a 2025 edition. It's been a long year. We're wrapping it up here. We only got about 3 weeks of NASCAR left. I don't know how many more shows we got left, but probably 3 or 4. You know, we'll have to definitely knock down a post-dome episode. JP will probably still be wearing sunglasses on Monday when we record that. So
no. No.
Maybe we should do that one in the truck on the way home instead. That'd be pretty good. We can set up we can get a GoPro set up in the truck. But anyways, I had a good weekend. Tennessee barely squeaked out the win over Arkansas per usual. Made me sweat. Kirby Smart was doing his best NASCAR crew chief cheating over the weekend with the referees. Pretty sure they had NASCAR officiating the Georgia Ole Miss game because of how bad it was. So, I mean, that would make some sense. But, I don't know, D, what'd you do this weekend? Anything good?
Oh, Georgia Tech football. Let's talk about football real quick. We'll get back to racing. So, Saturday, went down to Atlanta to the football game. So that was good to get back down to Bobby Dow Stadium with Dad. Had a good time. It was pretty smooth. It's kind of like an all day deal when you go. But game was at 3:30. Probably got back about 9:30 or so, give or take. But it was smooth from the parking to the traffic. It was all good. And I'd been in probably 10 years. So it was kind of cool to see. There was 50,000 people there. So as a Tech fan, I've seen it both ways, where we're not good and nobody really goes. And now I've seen it where it's pretty much full. So it was a very good crowd. And it's just all a good game. And Tech won. So there we go. I'll take it.
Hey, I'm glad y'all went. It looked like a good time.
Yep.
Bobby Dodd Stadium, man, it's still there. I was playing last night. I got that NCAA 26 or whatever on PlayStation now, and I was playing against somebody that was Georgia Tech, and I was Tennessee. And I got killed because I'm 35 playing against these 12-year-olds that are out there whooping my ass, as JP's well aware and laughing about right now. But there's a lot of Georgia Tech kids because King out there, he's a stud, and he's pretty good in the game because he can run. So this dude lit my ass up last night. Just roll him out. I was like, God bless it. But anyways, other than that, there is going to be a lot of good racing going on in the state of Alabama this weekend. There's also going to be a good football game. To hell with Bama. That's all I got to say. And we'll get to hell with Georgia whenever they play Georgia Tech and lose. So we'll see what happens there. But JP, what'd you do? Anything good?
Oh, just
Did you work?
hung out. No.
Oh, you celebrated some birthdays. I forgot.
Yeah.
Yours included. JP's 69 now, so
well,
he's getting on up there.
Let's just put it this way. It's confirmed that Joey Logano is going to win Talladega this week with how old I turned.
Feeling 22. All right. Yeah. We could talk about her newest song that's making the round. We're gonna pass on that one. All right, news of the week. We'll run through this real quick. I got like one or two. D-Watt's got something he's just dying to talk about. He's been telling us. I'm gonna burn out a couple on the dirt front real quick. Spencer Hughes is driving the K3 car full time. That's good to see him back in full time competition. Regional guy, kind of missed seeing him for the last little bit. Mike Marlar back in the Delk equipment, 157 Blue Horn, which was owned by JP, not by Jay Tidwell. So JP put the logo out. Tidwell put it on a shirt for Mikey. So we still need the royalties from that. I was going to look for my shirt today before the show, but I didn't. I am wearing a Mike Marlar shirt because I always end up with Mike Marlar shirts, even though he's not really like my number one driver. I just always end up with shirts. I don't know. He has good T-shirts. I mean, it is what it is. He has good shirts. But only other thing I had was that Matty D got fired today, not too long before we got on the show. He still can't drive, so that Viking car is no longer his. I can't even remember who said was going to drive. Somebody else is going to drive it the rest of the year. Some other loser that's also not good, just to be honest. But yeah, all right, D-Watt, let's hear about your Dixie Speedway exciting story. What happened down there at Dixie?
Yeah, so I saw the clip of Garrett Smith tossing the steering wheel at Donald. And old McIntosh was getting really aggressive. And I didn't see the race, but I saw the clips of it. And he was all over the track, the lap coming to the toss. And really, after I saw, so I watched it like twice. And I don't think the second time I saw it, I didn't really see a lot that he did wrong. So Garrett Smith gets pretty aggressive, all over the track trying to pass him. He slides up, they just hit doors, and he goes for a little spin down the back straightaway. And then this is when I've got two thoughts on it. So when a driver gets out of his car, he's aggravated, and he's going to let the driver know that he's mad at. So he gets out of the car and just slings his steering wheel. I give the toss maybe like a 6 or a 7. It really could have been a lot better. But my take on this, and I'll get y'all's once I give my opinion. As a fan, I like it. I think it kind of gets the crowd into it. It's everybody around looks to be really into it. It kind of keeps the race a little bit of excitement going on, because sometimes these races they go on and not much happens and then it's over with. So trying to get out of the car, sling the steering wheel at somebody, I love it as a fan. But I feel like as a track official or the track owner or whatnot, these guys really probably shouldn't be getting out of the car and approaching a car that's moving down the track. I just feel like it's not safe. But
no.
if he could have got lined up a little bit better and really slung it a little bit better, it would have been good. I don't know if it even hit the car.
It did not. It bounced right in front of the dirt and then went over back towards the fence.
Good deal. So my take on it, I love it as a fan. If I'm a track owner, I'm not going to like it, but I want to see what y'all got to say.
JP, you got anything you want to say?
Garrett Smith is a whiny baby. And
we have seen this before.
Daddy's money pays for that car. And he gets to go whine like he works on it and pays for it. But no, it's all Daddy's money. He can't even land a steering wheel on a race car. I mean, what the hell are we doing out here?
These Georgia boys, I mean, at least we didn't hear anything about anybody getting hit with a hammer and thrown in jail in the pits this go-round. These Georgia boys love to fight. I don't know what it is, but dadgummit a Georgia boy likes to fight. All right, now, to your question about how to handle it, D-Watt, I don't know if y'all have been paying attention, but our ex-favorite driver, D-Watt's like, I mean, this is back like JP was like 5, but like when we used to go to Boyd's, we used to watch Riley Hickman and Jason Welshin pretty much raced like every weekend, crates, steelheads, all this crap me and D-Watt did, and he was, D-Watt got him the Jason Welshin plate for the front of his little Nissan. And I was like, no, you put that away. I'm a big Riley Hickman fan. Anyways, but it got to where I like Jason Welsh, even though I didn't like him for a while. But anyways, he's running Tri-County now, down in Murphy. And he was talking about what their program this year is. And their program is you want to fight somebody, you get with an official, and they set you up a time to go do it on a front stretch in front of everybody. And I think there is a fine, but, you get to fight it out, and they set it up. And basically, his point was every time they've set this up, like 4 for 4, everybody chickens out by the time it's time to actually fight. And, I think that's the way to approach it. One, they're probably not actually going to fight. Nobody's going to get run over by a car like you're talking about as far as walking on the track. Two, if they do fight, by God, that is great for the racetrack. I mean, Welsh, if you need some help, just let us know. We can come down there and video it. Me and D-Watt can do a little, WWE-style wrestling call.
From the top rope!
Yeah. I mean... huge supporter of that theory.
They could make some money doing some bets on that too,
Hey,
get a
listen,
bet
don't get them
on
shut down. The IRS is listening. Golly. But, I mean, I don't know. I think you're right. I think it's definitely dangerous on the track. And I didn't even really think about this topic with Welshin, but I watched his videos the other day, and I thought he had some really good points. If y'all hadn't seen that, go check him out on the TikTok. I love watching Jason Welshin's TikTok. He's out here till 3 o'clock in the morning coming home. Gets back up at 5 o'clock, goes back to work, absolutely showing somebody that just loves racing. Like, he lives it, eats it, breathes it, sleeps it. That's all he does, right? And something I like to see. So, thanks to him for all his content and getting us under control over there at Tri-County. But yeah, that's the route I'd take. So, we'll see what happens. Garrett Smith has been in trouble with multiple series, obviously tires, behavior, everything. So, hopefully he'll grow up someday, and he will, I guess, I would assume, but maybe not. I don't know. Other than that, I guess we'll just get into dirt. I don't think there's any more news topics we need to talk about, really, in the racing world. Interesting. Well, I did want to talk about a couple things. So, NASCAR news. they announced 750 horsepower, like that's an announcement.
It's not going to fix anything.
It's not going to do much, but here's what I do give them credit in. They needed that because of talk about the playoffs, which we're not talking about on the show. Like, we're done talking about the future of the playoffs. We just are. Good way to try to change the subject. Put Steve O'Donnell on Dale Jr. Download. Yeah. Have Mike Ford and Door Bumper Clear, which I saw on my feed like an hour before you recorded this. Hadn't listened to it yet and hadn't had a chance. I'll listen to that in the morning. But good moves by NASCAR to get out here and try to get ahead of that and change the narrative on everything. I don't think 750 is going to fix it, but at least a step in the right direction. And based off the tire wear that we've seen the second half of the year in NASCAR, there is a chance that we're going to make some progress. So that's at least positive for them looking at 2026. So I just want to cover that as far as news goes. All right, other than that, let's see. D-Watt didn't get to watch nothing Saturday because he's down there at Georgia Tech watching that rambling wreck and eating some hot dogs. Probably got a PC with ice, if I had to guess. That's plain chocolate milk on ice, for those of you who don't know, down there at Varsity in Atlanta. Gotta go. But I ended up buying the Hunt the Front TV, boys. I did it. I was finally like, you know what? I want to see what Corey can do. You know, Zach Mitchell got his points penalty, which we didn't talk about yet, but we need to cover that. Zach Mitchell, start the week, got a tire penalty, basically DQ'd him from
Cheating
Milton.
them up.
They're still claiming they weren't cheating. It's bad tire test. I'm assuming this is going back, and I really shouldn't get on this podcast and say this. I'm assuming this is a Blue Ridge Labs test. Was that what y'all saw? I didn't see. Blue Ridge Labs has unfortunately been the middle of the heat cycle here on these tire tests for a while. So I'm just assuming that's where it was. Either way, got DQ'd for bad tires. Basically took a 100-point penalty loss, so he did not go in. 2 points behind Jimmy Owens going into Friday night for the Hunt Front finale. Corey Hedgecock was in second, like 25, 30-something back. And we get to Friday night, and I was like, you know what? Maybe Corey's going to do it. Be a good race, Jimmy and Corey. I was thinking, Corey, get down there, rubbered up Cherokee. He can make it work, right? He did Smoky Mountain. And
negatory.
Anyways, that was just incorrect. So basically Friday night, Corey was awful. I watched the heats. He went backwards in the heat. Had to go to the B main. Finished 5th in his heat. Had to go to the B main. Won the B main. Started like 20th, something like that. Finished 19th. And Jimmy Owens ran 4th, finished 4th. Locked up championship Friday night. So Saturday was anticlimactic from that perspective. But Friday night, Carson Ferguson gets the win over Hudson O'Neal and Chris Ferguson at Cherokee Speedway for the shorter feature. Now, Saturday night, we get in the race. I did watch it. I texted D-Watt on Saturday. It was like, and JP actually in the group, it was like hours and hours of me staring at these screens out here. So I have this screen, and then I have a TV over there, like a 65-inch TV in my garage right now because we don't have anything to put in the house, where I'm watching football, and I'm doing the YouTube 4-screen. Like, I'm watching 2 races and 4 football games at a time. It's wild. It's great. It's a great time to be alive in America. Okay?
You got a problem.
No, I don't. That's the good part. I did not have a problem of being bored or watching a commercial. It was fantastic. I recommend it to anybody. But so I ended up watching a smart modified race Saturday, which is cool. And then eventually I got that Cherokee feature. Watched. I did not watch the World Outlaws feature because their stupid new video is terrible. But we'll talk about that later. But yeah. So anyway, Saturday. Good race. How we talked about a while ago, like the pit stop thing and 100-lap race. Cherokee basically does it without doing it because the tires are just not going to last 100 laps down there. And how it happened is like they ran pretty caution-free about the first half of the race. There was a few not caution-free, but caution-light. And then after like 45 to go, there's probably like 20 cautions. Basically, lap 45, everybody pretty much came in and pitted for tires. Got both rears, it looked like, most teams. The only 2 that did not was Jimmy Owens and Sam Seawright. They stayed out and were on the front row, ended up getting passed. Owens ended up having a flat, like 20 to go, flat right rear, and when they pulled that thing off, dude, it was as smooth as Jason Welsh's forehead, okay? It was bald head, whatever. Anyways, it was, bald, and Jimmy used every bit of it, and so he ended up coming off. Seawright stayed out again with, like, 20 to go or something. He ends up getting a flat like 12 to go from the lead. Same thing. Both those were on the restart. So you imagine they just restart on bald tires, hit a rock or something and cut it. But I don't know. That kind of sucked to see that. But the pit stops was interesting. And just a couple things I want to talk about the whole pit stop thing. So the announcers were making jokes about like NASCAR style pit stops and all this. We have got to do something in dirt where the hot pit, there really needs to be an established like pit lane, kind of, and then you kind of need to stay in line because it's first off gets the running order when you restart, right? Like, as soon as you get out, if the 10 guys pit, first one off is first one in line, right? So they kind of like blocked it up. They were pitting like 3 wide at one point, and like Hedgecock got stuck behind some, which is why I noticed it. And then Joyner like whips a U-turn, goes backwards down pit road, and turns out on the track. And I'm like, yeah, do that on your own series. That's dangerous as hell too, going the wrong way. Sorry, it is what it is. I mean, am I wrong? So if we're gonna have 100-lap races where guys are gonna be pitting for tires, it needs to be established. Like, this is the pit lane. This is not. I really like Smoky Mountain. They have an actual pit lane. Maybe somewhere like Cherokee, they have the room. They could look at something like that in their infield. And I do like the option of pitting. Some guys took gas, man. I mean, they were putting, four tires and fuel, baby. It was they had the dirt car lifts laid out in the pits. Some of the teams did, like, on their little wagons.
That's impressive.
I mean, well, if you're changing them, like,
yeah.
you ain't got a long time to do it. So that was interesting. But if you're going to do that, you have to do that, which means you have to have established pit road, kind of. So I don't know if that's something you can do, like, say, I know we don't have any. There's not a bunch of teams with multiple cars, but maybe you can say, okay, Longhorn guys, Rocket guys, or, these 10 guys that travel down the road together share a lift or whatever you're going to do. But you got to have something kind of set up if you're going to have a race like that where people are going to be pitting, in my opinion. Eldora, they do that. They keep one lane open. They have that concrete patch. They don't do 2 wide pit stops, right? There's plenty of room to set it up for a hot pit in there. So, just kind of something to keep in mind for Cherokee. But I did actually enjoy the strategy part of it. I felt bad watching these guys, strap on tires because, like, if you're finished last, what'd you make, like $1,500 or $1,000 maybe, and you burnt 2 brand new sets of tires or whatever. Like, that's an expensive race. So, hated that. But I did actually kind of like the comer and goer part of it. Corey pitted at lap 45. He was awful. She rubbered up. He stuck to the bottom and kind of ran that Dale McDowell low line, slow entry, and just kind of rolled and ended up finishing 3rd. So worked out for him good Saturday. Just not quite enough. A little too late for old Corey to get the points win. Jimmy Owens takes the championship, $50K, I believe. And Zach Mitchell gets a $35,000 win. Blue Gray 100. D-Watt's pick for sure. And, he said it in his interview that in his mind they're the champion because they didn't cheat with the tires and won the race. So I also kind of feel the same.
Too much Simple Green on the tires.
I want to know what they did to the tires, I guess. But I feel bad for the guy. Made a late charge here at the points and Hunt's front. He didn't come. He came on strong late, and that's always cool to watch. It just makes you wonder what he could have done. Also, some of the guys mentioned, if Sam Seawright would have run the whole Hunt the Front series, he's had a really solid year. He was up there. Probably should have pitted for tires halfway with the rest of them. Didn't. But if he didn't, he pretty well dominated the middle part of that race. The only other interesting note, really, for the actual racing was him and Brandon Overton, who didn't get the win, were out there duking it out, I don't know, around 20 to go-ish before his tire went down, throwing sliders at each other. And Seawright got pissed at him. I'm like, Sam just don't like getting passed. I don't know if y'all figured that out, but he just don't like getting passed. Overton slung it in there, put a slide job on him, and, like, he cleared him, though. I don't – how else are you going to pass it on a one-lane racetrack? You know what I mean? So, and then he's giving some attitude under the yellow, and I'm like, there was no contact or nothing. Like, what are we complaining about? But, kind of like Garrett Smith, we seem to see that a good bit, right? Is that fair? I know how JP feels. Come on, JP, let's hear it.
What?
How you feel about Sam Seawright? You think he just can't handle the heat in the kitchen?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
I'm just checking. He'll be down there at Talladega Short Track this weekend as they have NASCAR weekend with the Southern Thunder Series. I'm sure he'll be down there and see what happens. But other than that, World Outlaws, y'all have any more comments you want to make on that Hunt the Front Championship? I did want to ask you guys, just to check my notes, future of the series. Like, what do you think? Is Joyner's going to go this 19M JCM car? What does that mean for the future of the series? Think it'll continue? Yay, nay, maybe?
I think it will continue. I think they've got enough built up with sponsors and the money they have through their YouTube and everything that they can keep the series going.
And then do we see another brother drive next year potentially?
I doubt it.
You don't think so?
No.
Are they just down to Joseph? Nobody else is driving now?
Jonathan drives a modified, and IMCA modified every once in a blue moon, but that's...
I'm curious if they pull Jonathan up to run a late model.
The other brother, Joshua, was the one that runs the series.
Yeah.
And Jonathan does like all the video stuff.
Yeah.
And all that. So.
I guess I'm just curious to see, do they run a series without one of their cars in it? Because that is, at the end of the day, like part of what they're selling with that series is their YouTube channel and everything, and making a good bit of money off of that. So, you've seen Cleater McSkeeter this weekend make probably $12 million on a $15,000 grudge race this week. So
we need to put Cletus in a late model on
dirt
asphalt and dirt.
I would love to see Cletus try a dirt late model. I think he did drive one, didn't he? He
drove the front one at Bristol, like by himself in a test, but I want to see him race.
Maybe he can show up at Talladega this weekend and get in the seat. Somebody be there, let him in. But I don't know. I hope the series continues. Jimmy said that it was kind of funny because they were doing the interviews and they're like, this regional series, and you want to come off the road. Jimmy's like, boys, we're on the road. Like what? And they are, and they travel a good bit, and they had a fair number of races. And to me, like regional competition, that's about as tough as it's going to get. As good as any series we've seen. I don't know. The only other one I can think that's like comparable as far as like season long points would probably be like Southern Nationals or something like that, but they've just never done like the whole year. It's always been spring, summer, two different kind of things. So I really like to see that, and I hope they continue on some form or fashion. Also had some great cameras, high quality, 4K baby. But other than that, Boot Hill Speedway, Comp Cams, World of Outlaws. I know y'all both tuned in to watch this down there in Louisiana. Just kidding, I know you didn't. D-Watt had an excuse Friday. JP was probably just playing, Black Ops or something. But,
no.
Battlefield?
No.
Okay.
I hadn't even bought that shit, so I don't want to hear your bullshit excuses.
Did you buy NASCAR yet?
No, I don't have a console.
Oh, yeah, you have real iRacing because you're a real man. Yeah, I don't know. So they go down there, had decent car counts. Kay Dillard showed up with the best-looking wrap I've seen all year straight up. I know JP really enjoyed it.
Actually, the most stupid person I've ever seen.
There's nothing like a white race car, just to get me excited.
Okay, now let's just have a discussion here about Casper the host. Earlier this year or last year, he, ranting and raving, I'm tired of all these damn white race cars, blah, 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 no more white race cars. You can't say that. You can't be saying that you want white race cars.
Hey, sarcasm.
You absolutely hate
sarcasm. I hate white race cars. I really do. I did not like Kay Dillard's rap. I thought it looked like something that Vanilla Ice and Eminem would have come up with together. Like that's what I was thinking. It looked like it. It was bad, in my opinion. I don't really like Kay Dillard at this point, anyways. So he should still be suspended, in my opinion, from all super late model competition until about March of next year. So he's irrelevant. But D-Watt, do you have any opinions on the paint scheme or?
I didn't even see
anything?
it.
Okay. I guess I put it in the group.
I was like,
it was white with like some base red trim, basically, like the skirts and stuff.
It was ugly.
The letters. It was pretty bad. You can go back and look. It was probably comparable to like Pierce's pink and white a little bit, maybe. But, I didn't love it either. They did have a good car count down there. Mike Marler, like I said, back in the 157 Delk Equipment Machine. Old Blue Horn had 41 cars Friday. They had 41 cars Saturday. Old T-Mac gets the win Friday night over Bobby Pierce. He ended up passing Bobby like halfway to go. I did actually watch a good bit of this one because the video actually worked so I could watch it. Basically, Bobby kind of jumped cushion there on the restart, and T-Mac got under him and just didn't let go, And T-Mac's had a really strong, I'd say, last 2 months, right? I think it's about when he's really pulled it together. Basically, since he put this wrap back on for his dad or whatever. Well, he's been in that for a while. But about the last 2 months, he's had a really strong run. So he got the win Friday over Bobby Pierce. Cody Overton, Nick Hoffman finished fourth. Obviously, Nick Hoffman kind of trying to catch Bobby Pierce, but after this weekend, that ship has kind of sailed down the road. So, as unfortunate as that may be. Saturday, Ryan Gustin finally rises from the ashes. Where has he been? God, he started
ever
so hot
since he
this
jumped
year.
into the pond at Cedar Lake. He kind of teetered off.
I remember coming out of Speed Weeks this year, I was like, man, I think he's going to have a chance to hang with Bobby, and I really thought he was going to finish second at the points, and he just unfortunately kind of faded throughout the year. But he did show up, get the win, laid all 70 laps, Boot Hill, $50,000 to win over Bobby Pierce, Dennis Erb Jr., and Cody Overton. Finished out top 4. Really good run for him. You know, good to see him back out there. I'm curious to see what his plans look like next year. He's run the Outlaws a few years, but I don't know. Is this Cooney thing wearing out or not? You know, I'm kind of curious to see what happens with that. And Cars, Infinity, you know, they had a good run during the summer. Mikey was quick. They were quick. And then I don't know what they were doing, but everybody got them figured out, or maybe they got some wear on them and they're just not as good as they were. You know, they hadn't really done much since the middle of the year when they made that little push. So we'll see what happens there with old Ryan Gustin. I guess that's about it for that deal. You know, they had it's still weird to me, the comp cams Word Outlaws thing, because, like, for some reason, I always thought comp cams was like, they did some of their races with Lucas, so it's just weird to see them doing it with Word Outlaws this year. And I'm pretty sure comp cam's also on Flow, but obviously this race is a dirt vision race, so just kind of weird how all that gets.
Hey, when you make a camshaft for every race car in the country, I mean, he can be on any series.
But do they make one for 2006 Hummer?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do, too. But, yeah, I don't know. Good race weekend as far as I thought on dirt. Other winners kind of from around the area. McIntosh obviously took the steering wheel throw, missed that, got the win down there at Dixie for $10,053. We always like to see those races down there at Dixie. Ray Cook series and all that. Like to see them do good. Glad they had I think they had a decent car count. I was trying to get a number. And then the other one was at West Virginia Motor Speedway, the Revival,
they had
baby.
Like 200-something cars or something crazy.
They had a lot of cars overall. I think they had 60 late models, too. I was actually about to pull that up as well.
That's crazy.
Did you watch any of that? Did you guys see any of the pictures of the track or anything?
Yeah, the track. My take on the track is, man, it looked banked. It looked nice. That was a good idea to make that.
I think they really looked at I-75 and used that as their baseline, and I think they did a good job. I liked how they have some pits like inside the wall. They use that inside the wall a little bit better. Our friends could take some notes from some of that, just to get people a little bit closer to the track and stuff. But I thought the banking looked really good. I don't know if y'all remember when I-75 first started, it was not that much banking. Then they redid it, right, 2 or 3 years after they reconfigured it, and it races really well now. And I thought that this place raced really well myself. And it's for some, you know, I'm sure D-Watt definitely remembers. I don't know about you, but I definitely used to complain about tracks that don't have walls. But I've kind of come to the conclusion that, like, sometimes there's better racing on tracks without walls. And I don't know if it's like because there's no walls, guys aren't afraid to send it, or I don't know exactly what it is. They can get all the ways up the top. It doesn't build a cushion, so they run all the way to the top. I don't know exactly what it is, but something about those tracks. I thought it was a really cool race. Love to see 200 cars show up. Obviously, the XR Pennsboro thing got canceled. XR's a joke, that entire thing. We knew that was a joke from our experience up there at the spring thaw.
Yeah.
When I overspent by about $300 go to race. Sorry if you heard that, babe. But what?
I saw something that the last 3 winners of their $100,000 races have still yet to be paid.
Yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, like the whole time XRs have been around, that's been the social media rumors. Obviously, there is one account that was trying to make it like that had been something, but that's been something on Facebook for a long time. Also, why they've had trouble drawing cars in, and you know, they've canceled pretty much every race they've had, basically, as far as I know. And they're supposed to be having a $100,000 win. Is it? I think they're supposed to be having like what do they call it? Crown Vic race or something. But
yeah,
we'll see what happens. So I don't know. Good to see, you know, big race tracks that shut down open back up. I just, the only thing I have to say on that is I would pay a lot of money to see 1/5/8 dirt track. I mean, I really would like to have one.
I would like to have a time machine and go back and see what I-75 was like.
Yeah.
Because one of my buddies at work, his dad drove mini stock back in the day and raced there. And he said it's the craziest shit you ever seen. Like, they're just absolutely flying.
I feel like that place, like, just kind of swapping stories. I feel like for that place, it would have to be like Talladega, basically, and like a mini stock. Like, you dang near would be bump drafting.
Yeah.
You'd be wide open the whole way around it. And, you know, we've seen it. We've seen Bristol and the banking they had. We've seen some, you know, Eldora, obviously. Pittsburgh, those are, you know, halves. But I don't know, man. I would love to see a super race. Now, here's the only thing I will say. I don't think the racing will be that good. I think the air, you know, where we're at with the aero will be crazy. But I would just like to see some guys go out there and rip it, let her fly. I think it's, you know, stock car race, mini stock, street stock, something like that would be really cool to watch on a big track. And I just love to see one of these late models rip it. And you know they'd be, I mean, shoot.
Cooking.
I'd hate to know what
140,
the
150.
It'd be high. You know, they'd be whatever those numbers of sprint cars advertise, you know, for a 3/8, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Wish we could see that one day, but I think those days are over. Safety, and like I said, the racing really wouldn't be that good. And if you get wrecked, you're going to junk your stuff. This is a side note. I saw somebody talking about Tazewell saying that if you race Tazewell all the time, you know how to race there. They never tear stuff up there. Now I saw that on Facebook or something this week, and I was like, what?
He's a dumbass.
I thought nobody would Tazewell. Everybody's tearing shit up, basically. So I don't know where that came from, but I did see that somewhere. So just remember, there's always wackos on the internet out there. I mean, I know that, you know, when Lucas used to run there, they could run, you know, down the road at Smoky Mountain or something, wherever they used to run before they would go to Tazewell. They'd have 38 cars show up, and you can go to Tazewell and have 18 signed in just because everybody's scared to go up there and flip. So, I don't know. But another great track. But good to see West Virginia open back up. Other than that, going into this week, lots to watch. And by lots, I mean Eldora. That's pretty much it. There was another race I threw in there. Eldora Dirt Track World Championship this weekend. Big time, big boys. Obviously, everybody took the weekend off. Moran, RTJ, and Davenport all took the weekend off to go up there and fight. Hudson went and raced, but, you know, he's 300 and something points out. He's pretty much done. Rans has a 15-point lead. D-Watt whipped out the old Milkman number 9 Ty Torg shirt. That's not a Nick Hoffman shirt. He doesn't like Nick Hoffman. It's just Devin Moran. See, he only wears winners. That's why he's got that Owens Championship hat on, too, for those of y'all missing that. But I don't know, boys. We're going to go ahead and make your bonus pick, I guess, here. Devin Moran's got a 15-point lead over Ricky Thornton Jr. Jonathan Davenport is another 115 points back. It's going to be tough for old JD. He's going to have to pretty much win both nights and hope he gets some help, right? So, but, you know, Devin and Ricky, they're pretty much right there neck and neck. That's one or two spots. So, definitely going to be an interesting weekend, I think. I'm curious to see what cars show up wrap-wise. You know, is Ricky going to bring, you know, he went back that black car. I'm assuming that means the Eldora car that he just won with there with the green wrap is back in the green wrap and ready to go, which that stirred up a lot of
probably
crap
hadn't been touched.
Well, he raced it again already. Was it Pittsburgh or the one? No, before that.
Yeah,
whichever one it was.
The next week.
Yeah, he raced it the week after, and then he put it away for one. So, but I'm sure that it's back freshed up. So I'm really curious. Part of me wants to see if Davenport's going to, like, you know, go old school JD and just whip out some, like, you know, like that one on the flag.
It's going to be the white, blue, and orange.
It's kind of what I'd like to see. You know, just go back to something that we've already won in, see what we can drag up. If not, this one will be okay. You know, this one on my cup. But, I don't know. I think he's going to be quick, ready to go. He's going to give it everything he's got. And, you know, unfortunately, this championship could really come down to blown tire, blown motor. It's happened plenty of times before, so we'll see what happens. So, I want your predictions. D-Watt, what do you think it's going to look like Friday night, Saturday night? Let's hear it.
Saturday night, I'll go ahead and, well, for the points championship, give me the Buckeye. Give me Devin Moran to take home the championship.
All right. Well, just for the record, we're going to do this. That is a part of our picks. Is going to be our championship winner here. It's a bonus point, so if we can all pick the same if we would like to. You either get the point or you don't. That's how this one works. So, rolling with the Buckeye. What a traitor. What a traitor. All right. What do you think the racing's going to look like? I mean, you think they're going to be like first and second? You think they're going to be like 19th, 20th? What do you think it's going to look like? That's kind of what I want to know.
Okay, yeah. I say they'll be up front. I say Moran will qualify good. RTJ will qualify maybe, let's say, 10th, 12th. And then I think they're both going to be in that top 5. And then I feel like somebody's going to have a tire problem and have to go to the back and then that might be the storyline. Is can they go from the back to the front? That's my prediction.
I like it. JP, what you think?
You ready?
Yeah.
The tides are going to turn this year. The bad luck is going to leave the number 49 machine for once at Eldora for the championship. He's going to have a perfect weekend. He's going to win both nights. And Ricky and Devin are going to wreck the shit out of each other.
I like it. I mean,
That's good.
I'm pulling for
Ship it.
So you're taking 49 for your bonus
Yes,
point.
sir.
Okay, just remember, this is a close picks. We're tied 12-12-12 right here. So I like it. So in my head, that storyline that JP just gave y'all, that's what I want to see. Here's the part that I do think is going to be fast. I do think the 49 is going to be absolutely ripping ass off the trailer, and I expect him to be fast. And he knows how far out he is, so I expect there to be zero damns given about running over anybody. I mean, he's so far back. Like, he's pretty much must win, so, I feel like his racing is going to be a little different than Devin and Ricky. Devin and Ricky kind of, they finished second, they're okay, you know what I mean? So I think that's going to make a little bit of an interesting thing up front, especially, we'll see what happens. But I think JD is also going to win. I'm going to pick him to win both nights as well, but I'm going to take RTJ to get the points win. He's been consistent. He's been the most consistent driver throughout the year. Sorry, Devin. You had a big gap. Devin's looked really good here at the end of this thing, but I just think Ricky's been consistent throughout the year, going to get it done. Get the Kohler Motorsports their second championship of the year. Obviously the biggest one of their, time. Well, I guess Ricky won it last year with him too, technically, since he switched 3 weeks before championship. So, but I don't know. Somebody could blow up. That's the one thing about this deal. This is what you're going to see in NASCAR next year. So just look at this points gap, and you got two guys, and you got one kind of hanging back there. Remember that this is what NASCAR is going to get next year. There's going to be one or two up top, and then the rest of them is going to be hoping for something. So, I don't know. Davenport's going to run really good. I do think this is finally the year he's going to get the snake off the back as far as getting the Dirt Track World Championship win. I will take him for the win for that when we get to that. But I'm going to take Ricky Thornton Jr. to get the championship win. So we went, all three of us, picking different drivers. So only one person gets the bonus point. We'll see what happens there. Definitely going to be a good one. I'm sure y'all will be tuned in. Going to be tough. Definitely going to need the screens. Tennessee, Alabama, same time. So same, but different. All right. All right, NASCAR. We're here. You're going to do the cup race, right?
Yeah.
Big dog. All right, well, I'll do this Xfinity race real quick. Super great Xfinity race. The pinnacle of racing is still on Saturdays in the NASCAR world. Hate to say it. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch any of the highlights, but these dudes just absolutely wheeling it, driving off the corner. Connor Zilic looked like Kyle Larson 15 years ago coming off the corner, every single corner at Vegas, and did not wreck. You remember when we used to watch Kyle Larson just hang it out and Kyle Busch hang it out, and even guys like Carl Edwards just dead sideways off the corner every lap. That's what these Amarola and Zilic looked like that for most of the race. Amarola wins stage 1 and stage 2. There's basically no cautions. They only had 4 total cautions in this race. There was the 2 stage breaks and then a debris and a spin for the 26 or something like that. So, but they ended up having a really good race at the end between the 19 and the 88. It was super clean, super fast. Green flag run to the end, 30 laps. It was, as far as racing goes, this is about as good as it gets that you can watch. I hate Eric Amarola. I really do. I don't like the guy. I'm sorry. I never have. I don't. But I knew he was going to win. I picked him. He got the win over Connor Zilic. I'm not sure how I feel about this whole thing where he's not in the driver's point, but in the owner points. I don't really love it. It is what it is. Curious to see what he does next year. He did announce after the race, after he took the win over the 88 there, that he is going to be in this car at Phoenix, which is going to be a big factor, right, for their playoffs. And who will he wreck to win the Owners' Championship? And then how do they have to race him? Kind of similar to what I was just saying about JD, right? So, really curious to see what happens there. But overall, good race. I got the picks right. And then after that, pretty much went Sunday. I took a nap because it was awful. And D-Watt loved this. So, we'll turn it over to him. Let's hear about the Cup race on Sunday at Vegas.
All right. Sunday at Vegas. I like Vegas as a track, as a fan. I think it's a good race track. They got good. Overall, it's a good track. I like it. So here we go. Pole went to Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin's he's got it going on as of late. Had a fast car in qualifying, so I got him on the pole. Stage 1, there really wasn't much went on. Byron got the stage 1 win. So that was good to see him. I guess right now these guys that either can't win in this round are going to get, if they can get some stage points, then that's going to go to help them to get in on points as one driver. If we don't get a new winner each week, then one guy gets in on points. So anytime you get points like that, it's going to help. Stage 2. So this is when, so you picked Chase Elliott, and I knew I picked Blaney, which he wrecked out there. He blew a tire early on there and wrecked out.
I hated that for you, and I don't even like Blaney. I hated that for you.
So anytime he wrecks out, it makes for a long race because my guy's out.
Yeah.
So we're going into stage 2. Chase Elliott, uncontrolled tire. So in this sport of NASCAR, it's a team sport. It's all on the driver, it's on the crew, everybody's got to perform, and you can't make mistakes. And tire got away, uncontrolled tire got loose, so it's a drive-through. Is that correct? So we got to come down pit road at pit road speed.
Yep.
That's gonna, and he probably had like a top 5-ish car.
Oh, he had a top 3 car. No, he
okay,
could have
so
won
he's
the
up
race.
front.
He was quick. Yeah.
Stage 1 had a good car, and they were showing him a lot, and that's just part of it. It's unfortunate. I like the white scheme. That's just my take on the white car. I thought the white Napa looked pretty good.
I love white race
So
cars.
Kyle Larson wins stage 2. Goes Kyle Larson. Now that car, I didn't like it. I don't know
That
if
was
there's
the
a backstory.
ugliest car.
Before
Larson's
I say anything,
ever
I don't
had.
know what the backstory is. If there's something, it goes to something. But man, that black and the gold, you can barely see the sponsor. You really got to squint to see the sponsor. So that wasn't for me. And if it was at night, it might look better, but at the end of the day, no. So stage 2 was pretty quiet. So then stage 3, so 35 to go. Byron gets loose. So Byron's looking strong. Like this might be his race, and he just gets a little bit loose. And Larson goes on by for the lead. And it wasn't just a few laps later. And I want to get y'all's take on this. So here we go. So you got Ty Dillon going down the back straightaway, doesn't signal anything, and then he goes down goes towards pit road. And I thought he was a little higher than he should have been, but all I heard on the broadcast was he was okay on that. So here we go. So here he goes. He comes down and supposedly he's going to tell a spotter, and his spotter's going to tell his spotter, and there's too much telling. You just got he's a grown man, and he's racing the Cup Series. You got to signal. Something's got to give there. You can't be laps down, having a bad day, and then ruin Byron's day. So Byron just slams into him. Man, it was a big hit. I don't see that big of a hit in a while. So What was y'all's take on the no signal, tell the spotter, don't tell a spotter, whatever? I'll see what y'all got to say about that.
Dear NASCAR, we need to adapt some damn technology into our form of racing. Okay, we have cameras for a rear view mirror. Okay, if we're going to do that, let's put a button in every damn car and a light like the back of one of these things has. When you hit that button, that's the signal that you're going to pit, and it flashes a light. You wouldn't have that problem again.
Okay. I mean,
Yep.
I have mixed opinions on that. I do like that, and I don't like that. There are a lot of guys right now, even in this race, it happened where Kyle Larson got called to pit roads so late in these green flag cycles where they're trying to hold him, and they're telling him coming in turn 3. That may not really matter. Maybe we can talk about it. I'm not. I had that same thought actually. I don't think I like it long term. It can be an option. I don't want it to be a requirement. But maybe if you're running like 52nd out of 33 and 25 million laps down, then maybe you should be required. You should probably be required to be on the trailer, honestly. But I don't know. I mean, I think that the driver has to signal to just communicate to the spotters. I don't blame Ty if that's what he thought happened, but I do blame Ty in the regards that, like, you kind of got to know what's at stake here, man. And, like, we see it every week. These guys put their hand out the window. When they go to Talladega next week and everybody's making that green flag stop, is the hand going out the window? Yes. Even if it's just a Ford group, they're going to put their hand out the window coming out of turn 4, right? Like, everybody knows what's going on. And I do think the problem with this one is that he was basically an irrelevant car, and this is what you hate to see. Byron was going to be in. Byron was going to be in this list of drivers we're talking about. The end of this race is locked in and gets completely just wiped out by an idiot for no reason. And, you know, I don't know. We've talked about this on here before. What is the Colleague Chevrolet relationship? Because I know what it is. Well, okay. I know what it is today.
Non-existent.
What was it?
Non-existent.
Before Sunday?
Still non-existent because they had a contract with Ram.
Well, so, okay, think about this, though. So what if they need him this weekend? We go to Talladega, and you need a drafting partner to come pit.
You don't have a drafting partner anymore if I'm a college.
You may not. I don't know. I'm just trying to
screw you.
Trying to talk it through, but obviously I don't think it's intentional anywhere. But how can you have a screw up like that top level in NASCAR? That looks like some ARCA racing bullcrap to me. If you're the driver, stick your hand out the window. If you're the spotter and you're supposed to make that communication, you have to make it. I'm really curious to listen to Door Clear, which I ain't got to listen to. I'm sure they'll talk about this a lot more there. If a spotter didn't tell the other spotter and he was supposed to, and that was communicated to Ty that he was going to, then he should be fired. But Ty's just got to stick his hand out the window at the end of the day. Hate that for him. I did like the Camo comment. Did y'all catch his interview? I thought that was hilarious. That was a good sponsor tie-in for Ty. And I don't think Ty's that bad of a dude or can't drive, but it'll be good to see him back in the Truck Series driving that Ram next year. Not messing up my Hendrick boys' weekends, so I'll be excited to see that.
I got another suggestion.
All right.
Let's just go full iRacing. Let's have the drivers have an intercom. You could have some great clips throughout the races. You'd have some great moments, I'm sure. Some of it might have to be 99% censored, but I feel like it would be a great system for the fans.
So this isn't out there. We could have AI spotters at this point, dang near, if we really wanted to. Nobody wants to hear this, but you could basically have iRacing spotters on a real race. Think about it. You about could. There's technologies there. If you have the cameras, you got the trackers in the cars, you about could have that. Nobody wants to do away with spotters, really. I don't want to do away with spotters. Hell, I want to add them at the dirt track. So, but interesting thing, like I did think about technology, and my first thought, like you, is always iRacing. And iRacing, you get down, you hit the button on the keyboard, whatever, you can do what you got to do, right? Like, I mean, if you check up in front of somebody, they might run you over. So, I don't know. It is what it is. Sucks, but I'm with you, D-Watt. I hate to see it happen. It was a hard hit, man. Hard hit. I'm glad they're both okay.
It tore the shit out of them cars.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, Ty, his back has got to be hurting right now is what I was thinking. So it was good to see the car crush, at least. That was something you didn't need to see in his car. So continue on to the rest of the race so I can cry over here in peace.
That brings out the caution. So now this is when some guys decide, okay, I'm going to take 2, I'm going to take 4. Joey, Briscoe, 88. Some of these guys decide, I'm going to drop in and get 2 tires that were running in the mid-pack.
Yeah.
And they're going to go to the front row. And here we go. So then Ty Gibbs, I guess it's getting late, and you're going to push, and you're going to drive over your head, as some would maybe say. And big wrecks. Here we go. You got 54, 88, 45, 1, 38, 51, 77, 9. Just a lot of these guys made some kind of contact in this accident. And just, I'm like watching it live. I was thinking, here we go again. Ty Gibbs wrecking, taking out other people. Just aggressive. And I get it. It's getting late. It's about 23 to go. It's time to go. So it was just like a bump draft, and then SVG may have came down a little bit, and then the 48 they were just all really lined up, and it was just the perfect storm for a big wreck. So basically, like in this race, like it's pretty calm all day, just like we saw at Kansas. But then the cautions come out, and then it just brings the whole field together. So I like the 2 tires. I thought it was very smart. I thought that was good thinking. Like you can either just ride around and follow the leaders, or you can try something different. Yeah. And Briscoe just about had it, and I'll get that here in a minute. But so it took a while to get this caution laps. Went a while, so it took a while to get these cars back going. So that was really good for the guys that took 2 tires. So so here we go. So now that gets cleaned up, and I thought so. The 11 really starts. He starts to put his foot down, and he's going to get through this field the best he can. And like watching it live, now that I'm talking about it, like I didn't think he was going to win. I didn't think he really had a good battle with Larson. They raced clean. It was like the perfect example of what I like to see on the track, where they block, but it's nothing excessive. Nobody's spinning out. Nobody's hitting the wall. And at the end of the day, they were able to race and get to where he got clear of them, and was able to go chase down the leader with what, it was getting late, and he took the lead with like about 5 to go. He took the lead, but Briscoe it was close, and I thought he did well post-race interview with giving his interview. I feel like he was not super hard on it. Just a little bit hard on himself, but nothing excessive. it's just hard to hold these guys off with fresh tires. And Hamlin, it really was going. I wish he would have been a little bit closer and maybe had a little something for him going into coming off a 2 there. But Hamlin takes the lead, and with about 4 or 5 to go, and that's win number 60 for Hamlin. So hey, Hamlin's the man. It was a little bit emotional after the race, and he about got it at Kansas, and then he got it done. So, dear Dennis, you're the man, and I'll save all that for just a little bit on that. But I got a good little speech written out here for Dennis for my 1 hot minute.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I was really watching this race because I picked Blaney, which wrecked out. You picked Chase, and it came down to the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
And I was kind of curious to see how the Fords were going to run. Logano, we all know he hadn't had the best year, but now he's kind of trying to get it together late. But he didn't show much mid-race, which that was JP's pick. It was a good pick. And then when they're late, he just tried something different. But anyway, get y'all's take on the tire situation that these guys took 2 tires, and then Hamlin got the win. He's locked in the Champ 4.
Oh, yeah. JP?
I mean, I don't know. Joey Logano is just going to win at Talladega. It's going to happen, okay? And he's going to come out and whoop everybody's ass at Phoenix, and it's going to be over. There's no hope. There's no plan for anybody. That's just what's going to happen.
I feel like that's the speech I gave about Hamlin last week. Yeah, I mean, so first off, as far as the race goes, great finish to the race. I think the racing has gotten a lot better on a mile and a half. This tire wear has been really good. 2 races in a row, 4 tires has beat 2 tires on a restart on a mile and a half. That's important for the sport, I think. Hamlin and Larson had a great battle. Hamlin has really figured out the key to this car and making passes. And I watched him make that pass on Larson and Briscoe, and I both figured this out. So when you make that pass and you have that run, you cannot ever get blocked. Because once you get your momentum slowed down making the pass on this car, you're screwed. He basically took that slingshot off of Larson's side draft and used that to make a big run to the next corner and just absolutely blow Briscoe's doors off. And thankfully for him, Briscoe, his teammate, wasn't going to cut down in front of him and block him. But Hamlin absolutely probably put on what I would say in this next-gen era that we're currently in, that was probably the best, 10 laps of driving I've seen out of really whenever that last restart was out of anybody I've seen. He did get passed by Larson or whatever, then passed him back. But that last run where he took the lead, as good as I've seen anybody do it, props to him for that. Looking back on the whole year, I think Denny, after he got that first win, when I drove to Martinsville, I don't know if y'all remember that, it's been a long time, but I drove to Martinsville to watch him get that win, and ever since then I think that this race this week was what was on his mind, not anything else, because I think he thought he could get to here, and he's watched Joey. If you listen to this podcast, he talked about Joey always having the extra weeks going into Phoenix, and he thought this is what I need to do is go in here and win this race, and he did. And they talked about sim time. They talked about he just put in the work, man. He put in the work for it. He won the 60, obviously. Big deal. I think he knew what he was doing all year, and I think that should scare everybody because I think his goal is to win at Phoenix, and, he don't want to be the next Mark Martin because if he's Mark Martin, he'll be complaining about the playoffs in 20 years. Irrelevant. So we'll see what happens, but, congratulations to him on putting it together. I thought it was a great race. I don't know. I guess that's about all I got. I thought it was a really good race, and congratulations to him on the win. So, hated to see it. I did. The only thing I want to say is, playoff-wise, which I guess we're about to get to, that 2-tire call for Joey Logano, who was running 20th, really could have made his playoffs at this point. He's got he's way farther up than he was going to Talladega. He's still back, but he's farther up than he was. Chase, that wreck, they kind of glanced over that part where he got hit in the left rear, bent a toe link or whatever. He did not make up any positions on that restart, finished 18th or 19th when he, I think if his car was at full 100%, he probably finishes better there, in my opinion. So that last wreck was pretty big, overall. Joey's only 24 points out. Joey was going to be 40 points out, going into that. So big time call from Paul Wolf yet again. No shock there, right? But, yeah, we'll see. So, all right. What else we got?
And, so that's, I guess that kind of wraps up that. Yeah, that wraps up the Cup race on all. That's all I got.
So points-wise, we have Denny Hamlin's obviously locked in the next round. Kyle Larson is 35 points to the good. Christopher Bell is 20 points to the good. Chase Briscoe is 15 to the good. Going into Talladega this weekend, which could be the big-time shape-up. In my opinion, Kyle Larson at 35, as long as he doesn't get taken out in the first stage and finish 30-plus here at Talladega, he's probably good, right? I think that's probably fair. Curious to see what his strategy looks like this weekend at Talladega. He can kind of nurse it through. As long as he doesn't wreck, he'll be okay. I kind of feel the same about Bell, but Bell's closer. Bell might have to get some stage points at Talladega or something. But if either of them guys wreck, they're going to be right here in the jumble with the Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, and even Ryan Blaney. He's only 31 back. You get a big wreck here at Talladega, especially like stage 1 or something. It's going to matter. I'm curious to see what the strategy is. So going into this race, this is the first time that Talladega has been in the round of 8. What do y'all think that's going to look like? Are guys going to be riding around the back to avoid the wreck, try to make some moves at the end, going for the stage points?
Ready?
What?
They're going to be riding half throttle because that's how the next gen drafts. That's what they're going to be doing.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it'll be hammered down. I think they're going to be aggressive. I think these guys are going to want to stay up front because if you get in the back, then you're going to be in the hornet's nest. So I'm hoping. My hope is that the top guys are going to find their way to the front. Because as a fan, I just don't like it when they just want to ride around.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they'll at least be double file, if not 3 wide. And the dominant cars hopefully are to the front. The points guys are. That's my hope.
Yeah, I mean 3 wide probably means that they're fuel saving in this car, unfortunately. But my thing is, so I was thinking about this. That for somebody like a Larson, it's easy to say I'm just going to ride stage 1, stage 2. But then I start thinking, if I'm Logano and Blaney back here, they've got to win. And Blaney's going to have a really good shot at Martinsville. He's been good there for a long time now. He's going to have a good shot at Talladega. He's won there too. Logano, same thing, right? So, but what if they go and they went 2 stage wins, and you get 20 points, and somebody like a Kyle Larson rides in the back? You've made a big swing there on your points just from getting stage points if the other cars don't. So I'm really curious to see how that goes with fuel mileage and all that. Sometimes we've had this flipping stages stuff at these mile and a halves, or not mile and a halves, at super speedways in the next gen car. There's been some of that, and I don't think you'll see that this go round. And it could be that the playoff guys stay out and everybody else pits, and they got to make passes. So curious to see what happens. I'm sure it's going to be an absolute crap show. There will be a wreck because Ty Gibbs in a race, so there will be a wreck. You can be guaranteed of that. But I don't know. I'm gonna be stressed out watching that one on Sunday.
I'm just gonna say it. If Joey Logano somehow doesn't win Talladega, somebody needs to call Matt Kenseth and put him in a damn car at Martinsville.
The return of the city.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, so Logano and Blaney probably essentially, like, I was looking at it, and I look at it as a most win. But like I just said, depending on what you do stage 1, stage 2, you may not be. And I think that the key to this race is going to be making an adaptation on your situation, basically. And, Joey, for him, unfortunately, he still has Paul Wolf right there to make those calls, and he's going to know what to do the right thing. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Talladega's going to be big time. We're going to know a lot more, obviously, after this. But the thing about this is there is nobody in this 8. Like, I was kind of scrolling through. To me, this is the top 8 drivers of the year, or that last 8 standing, which is nice to see. It's not always that way. I think Denny's been the best driver this year at this point. Hate to say it, it hurts me. It hurts me so bad. But he's been the best driver overall. I don't know after that, but, I mean, what if we get 3 Gibbs cars, boys, in the playoffs? I mean, at this point, it kind of looks like it's going to be 2 Gibbs, 2 Hendrick, but I'm sure these Penske boys want to get a win too. So we'll see what happens. And I don't know. Talladega's going to be fun. Y'all going to be on the couch watching it, or you going to be playing pickleball?
Oh, yeah, we'll be watching that one.
I'll be watching it. I'm going to be at the house watching it.
Yeah, we were talking about doing something this weekend, and I was like, we have a Lucas Championship, and we have a Talladega, and we got Tennessee, Alabama. I don't know that anybody's going to be anywhere near me Saturday or Sunday. I'm going to be a nervous wreck. So we'll see what happens. All right, picks. On to that. So, like I said, D-Watt got the win this week. Basically, he got the correct winner with somebody. 57, Zach Mitchell at Cherokee. I got Eric Amarola on Saturday. tiebreaker came down to D-Watt with the 7 of Justin Allgaier finishing third on Saturday. D-Watt gets the win, which makes it 12-12-12. Big-time tie here in this deal.
That's a sign for Ryan Blaney.
It's not a bad one. But, anyways, we only got, let's see, we got Talladega, Martinsville, Phoenix. Cup race weekend-wise. That's 3 left. So if we all get, tied up out of Phoenix, the Dome there's going to be some money on the line at the Dome come feature time. It's going to be bad. But I don't know. I still don't know what the prize is for this yet. I guess that depends if I win or not. If I win, it's probably going to be like a brand new pickup truck. I'm going to sell that to my wife. Like, no, I want it for my own podcast. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. Glad it's coming down to it, and I find myself really dialed into like who's going to win this thing, especially now that we're here. So your picks this week. D-Watt's going last. We already made our bonus picks, so we're going to Cup, Xfinity, and I guess Flex, which is really not Flex. It's really Lucas. So trucks are also racing, but we're not picking Corey Haim. So I think this Talladega deal is going to be the toughest thing to pick probably going forward. So we'll see what happens. All right, JP, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Xfinity first.
Nope, we're going Cup.
Oh, come on.
We're going Cup, then we're going Xfinity, then we're going Lucas. All right, thank you.
Give me the 8 car.
Kyle Busch. Man, swinging for the fences down there at Talladega. You been to the free camping ground over there? Are you doing drugs? Just kidding. Kyle Busch actually looked good at the end of the race there on Sunday somehow.
Top 10, baby.
I don't know. I'll take engine number 9. Again, I shouldn't do it to him. It's probably the curse of Casper picking, but I'm going to take him. He won Atlanta last draft and track. They've been really good, man. I really think that if his car would have been 100% and they wouldn't have their pit issues, I think he would have been right there with Byron and Larson. I think they were the top 3 cars in that race. Hamlin just happened to get him at the end because I think Hamlin drove better than anybody else at the end. So I'll go with the 9. D-Watt, let's hear it. I know who you're going with. Let's hear it.
Oh, give it to me. Give me Ryan Blaney.
Yep, I knew that's where we were going. Whew, boys, we're picking with our hearts hard this weekend. It's going to be a tough race to watch on Sunday. All right, JP, Xfinity, are you going 2 or are you going 21?
Give me the 21 of Austin Ben Hill.
Oh, yeah, it's a wreck. I'm going to take the 88 Connor Zillich. D-Watt, who you want?
Give me Justin Allgaier.
Okay, not the 41 of Sam Mayer. Sam Mayer probably win this week. Nobody picked him, so if y'all want to go ahead and cash that in, just put that in on your FanDuel. All right, JP, Lucas Oil late model.
I thought this was the flex pick. It says flex on my screen.
It is flex, but that's. I mean, do you have something else you would like to pick?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, that Formula 1 doesn't count, but go ahead.
Too bad. Okay, this is for my boy Dylan J. Jones.
Okay, if you take a Formula 1 pick, that's an automatic loss.
Give me the number 4 car, Lando Norris, to win at COTA.
Okay, so that doesn't count. So this is like a no pick. You're
okay, whatever. You just want to whine about some racing series that you don't like because you're a little whiny baby.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you an extra bonus point if he wins if you stick with it.
I'm sticking with it.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Do you want? I'm gonna pick 49 for sure to get it done Saturday night at Eldora Speedway.
Saturday night. Oh man, it's tough, but I'm gonna give me Bobby Pierce and Don Lucas guy. Give me Bobby Pierce to get the win.
Did you watch that last race, Eldora? Did you see? Oh God! You sure you don't want like Hoffman? I'm trying to talk you out of it because I can't handle it. If he wins and he wins,
either Moran or Pierce, but
you do you. All right, take old Bobby Pierce. I like it. All right, JP. If the 4 car does not win the Formula 1 race, it doesn't matter if he gets all the rest of his points. He has to get the win or he doesn't get nothing.
Okay.
So that's a big gamble on your part. I'll give you the 1 point. I don't feel good about it, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Me and D-Watt are going to pick Tennessee, and we're going to get a bonus point if they win. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody get your cigars this week. You're going to need them Saturday night. Unless you're an Alabama fan, in that case, just go ahead and leave those at the house. But, all right, other than that, 1 hot minute. D-Watt, you sound like you're ready to go. Let's hear what you got to say.
I would sing you a song, but I'm not a big singer.
Sing it, baby.
Well, here we go. So, dear Dennis, you are the man. You're going to the Champ 4. You're my pick to win it all now. I'm going to change my pick. Give me Denny. And you're the man. You got 60 wins. It's time to just... Oh, here we go. So he's going to win the championship. He's going to take the trophy to the court on December whatever date. And he's going to put it on that table. And then they're going to win the lawsuit. And it's just going to be... Denny's just going to be a winner. He's just a winner. He's just...
All I do is win, no matter what.
Yeah, he's just a winner, you know.
So, first of all, he's not taking the trophy to the courthouse, Jordan Bianchi. He's not.
I heard that yesterday.
Yeah, I know you heard it. I listened to it this morning. But, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Denny very easily could win it. The unfortunate discussion that we're going to have if he wins it is where does that put him on the all-time list? Because even though he doesn't have the number of wins, to me, like that, he's going to be right there with my living legend, Jeffrey Gordon. So we'll have to have that discussion if he wins championships. I hope we don't have to have that discussion. JP, what's your one hot man? Anything good?
Oh, yeah. So, dear all iRacers, if you're doing a multi-class race and there is a faster division of car approaching you, hold your line. Okay? Don't swerve to get out of the way. Don't hit the brakes. Don't slow down. Hold your steering wheel straight. Don't move. Thank you.
Was that directed at Ty Dillon?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a one hot minute. I kind of already talked about it. I don't know what my hot minute is. Really. I don't really have anything. It's very rare for me not have anything, but I don't know. I'll dedicate my one hot minute to the Jonathan Davenport. I believe I want to hear that same attitude I heard last weekend out of you, big dog. Just don't quit. That's all I got to say. Just don't quit. 20 RT 99 can get together. You can get the win. I'm going to try my best not to get in the truck and drive up there on Saturday. No promises. But I'm sad I'm not going. Wish I was. Going to be a big-time show, I think, for that deal. And really looking forward to it. So I think, JD, hold a straight wheel, hammer down, beat that ass. That's pretty much all I got. So we'll see what happens. And I don't know. JP just about to take the points leading the picks because I gave him a stupid bonus point. I'm going to have to take that. We're going to cancel the bonus point. Just count your regular pick. I won't make you gamble. You can have it. It's fine. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Other than that, anything else y'all got for the road? Balls by 50?
No, nobody cares about football.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
It's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be good. I think if I was a betting man, I'd probably bet on Alabama, but I'm pulling for the Vols.
I'm telling you, dude. From 3:30 on Saturday till about midnight when that Lucas race is over, don't talk to me because it's going to be bad. You got Georgia, Ole Miss, and then then Tennessee, Alabama, and the Lucas and Talladega Xfinity race all in the middle of that. And then you also going to have that Southern Thunder, which I'm going to have a subscription to because it's got Hunts Front TV for a month. So we'll see who shows up there. Maybe somebody will show up there and race. I don't know. But, I don't know. It's going to be a big-time weekend at Talladega. Y'all just go down there Sunday, watch it, have a great time. Everybody watch out for the stripper poles, okay? Other than that, hammer down. We'll be back next week. See ya. Bye. Thank y'all for listening to the Caution Flag Contemplations podcast. Our theme music is Hard as Steel by Alex Productions. Thank you all for listening. Hammer down. Find a good race to watch. We'll see you next time.